¿Podría llegar la primera derrota de Naoya Inoue a manos de este peleador tan poderoso? Zander Zayes ha escalado posiciones y ha demolido a todos los que se han subido al ring con él. Es una amenaza real, y estas son las peleas que lo han colocado en línea para derribar a la bestia. Win el 26 de octubre de 2019, en el Reno Sparks Convention Center de Reno, Nevada. Zander Zayes peleó contra Genesis Quinn en su debut profesional. En aquel momento, Zander era el peleador más joven en haber sido firmado por Top Rank, ya que tenía apenas 16 años cuando firmó. Para cuando peleó con Win, tenía 17 años, pero además debutaba en una cartelera importante encabezada por Shakur Stevenson.
Number one thing he said, footwork, which I thought was very interesting. So, Zayes, I asked him, get a chance to watch that Robesi Ramirez debut where Ramirez disappointingly lost in the 4-round unanimous decision. He said he did. In the black and silver trunks, gets knocked down right in front of us. The first knockdown at the hands of the professional, Zander Zayes. Exciting fighters under the top-ranked promotional banner. The first knockdown, which we had trouble seeing because it was literally blocked right in front of us, came from that straight right hand.
Yeah, I like the way how he galloped in. See how he galloped in? That he throws his jab, throws it more or less like a throwaway jab to set up the right hand, which was really great.
First knockdown of the career of Zander Zayes. Straight right hand right in front of Bob Arum, who you can see there. How about that start, Bo Mack?
That's a good start for 17-year-old Zander.
It's a good start for anybody. Comes right back over the top with the right hand.
He's going to be looking for that right hand again.
And he goes down again. And Jay Nady calls the fight. Zander Zayes, the win in round number 1.
He threw it around the glove this time. Set it up with the jab again. Right at. Okay, set it up with the jab. He was coming around the glove.
And then, just for good measure, the right hand to the body. And Jay Nady wasting no time, waving off the fight.
Jab, jab around. To the body.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Textbook.
Zander logró derrotar a su oponente en apenas 1 minuto y 24 segundos del primer asalto, y lo hizo por la vía del knockout tras mandar a su rival a la lona en 2 ocasiones. Winfield, el 30 de noviembre de 2019, en el Cosmopolitan de Las Vegas, Zander se enfrentó a Virgil Winfield. Esta fue apenas su segunda pelea profesional y se dio solo un mes después de su victoria sobre Genesis Quinn.
Junior in high school
of Javier Centeno.
That's his opponent, Virgil Winfield from Concord, North Carolina.
This young man, at the age of 16, became the youngest ever to sign a pro contract with the Hall of Fame boxing promoter. Tonight, at an official 148 pounds, he enters the ring in his 6th pro bout with a record of 2 victories, 2 losses, 1 draw. Both of his victories coming by way of knockout.
And they get back in the gym, I'm
Zander
sure.
Resides in Florida. He's from Puerto Rico, where he lived till he was 11 years old, grew up idolizing Miguel Cotto. He will come out firing against Virgil Winfield. Both wearing black trunks. Zayes with the silver trim and the turquoise hair. Good left to the body for Zayes.
Zayes is good using his jab, using his length, has great head movement, very quick, explosive, and he also likes to let his hands go, throw combinations.
He definitely has a baby face, but his prowess in the ring, his body, his punching power doesn't look like a 17-year-old.
His poise either. You know, you see him using feints already. We're less than a minute into round number 1.
Overhand right, hands on the side of the head of Winfield. Zayes mixing up the punches now with his left, working off the jab. Winfield in the corner. Straight right hand for Zayes. Overhand right, and that puts Winfield down on 1 knee.
3, 4, 5. Great use of range. 6, always back to the left jab.
8, 9.
Go ride the roller coaster, New York, New York.
Notice the use of length of Zayes. You know, he kept the distance, kept the man on the end of his punches where his power is. When you got long arms like that, you generally, the most power you're going to generate is on the end of the punch. You know, using that full kinetic chain of your body from punching from the floor. Zander did that so well. He found a home for the overhand right early in round number 1. Went back to it, got the finish. I like everything I'm seeing. Using his jab, coming up and down, pins his man on the ropes, goes to the body.
Good left to the body and an overhand right again. The second knockdown of the first round for Zander Zayes. That's it. Russell Mora calls off the fight. The second first round knockout. Mixing up his punching, working on the jab, hit the body.
Well, he did stick to one thing. He stuck to variety.
Winfield in no man's land in the corner.
Great job from the young Zander.
He keeps fighting like this, he's going to have a one name type of a profile. We'll be calling him Zander Zayes. You'll be calling him.
By way of technical knockout, still undefeated, Zander Zayes.
Una vez más, Zayes logró ganar por nocaut técnico en el primer asalto y también consiguió derribar a Winfield en 2 ocasiones, tal como lo había hecho con Win. Mastronuncio, el 11 de diciembre de 2021, en el Madison Square Garden de la ciudad de Nueva York, Zander se enfrentó a Alessio Mastronuncio. Llegando a la pelea, Zander tenía un récord de 11 victorias y ninguna derrota, y estaba luchando por el honor de ser nombrado prospecto del año.
Alessio Mastronuncio, this fighter out of the Lazio, Rome, Italy. He's coming in on a 4-fight winning streak and Puerto Rican Parade weekend in the middle of June. And there they are, the future of Puerto Rican boxing. Zander Zayes is undefeated with 7 knockouts in his last 10 wins. And Zayes wants to make this dream come true against Alessio Mastronuncio, who is fighting in the U.S. for the first time ever. Bernardo soon alongside Timothy Bradley. We see the quick jab and left hook from Zander Zayes, and that right hand that puts Mastronuncio on his trunks.
Oh yeah, target practice. You see Zander Zayes stalking right there. You saw that lazy jab come over. Oh, the right hand is coming again. I see it. Just a bit off the mark right there.
Watch your heads.
Now it's a left hook from Zayes, who once again lands at close range.
Hey, step back. Watch the hold.
You know, Zayes said in sparring now, when he was sparring 12 and 10 rounds to get ready for an 8-round fight, the openings, I see them and I can capitalize. Before I had to wait for my father and my trainer, Javier Centeno, to call him out. Now I see him, and you can see exactly that against Mastronuncio.
Mastronuncio seems to be stunned right now. Zander getting off to a quick start. Right now, what we're witnessing is the future of top-ranked boxing. 19-year-old, sensational prospect.
Mastronuncio still throwing hard shots, even though he's getting busted up right now.
And left hook
Beautiful
downstairs.
combination. That was about a 4-piece right there. Different shots, different angles. Uppers, overs. I'll be shocked if Nuncio gets out of this last round. This first round, excuse me.
I'll be shocked if he gets out of this minute.
Goodness.
It was almost a double knockdown. Referee and Mastronuncio there for Zayes. Danny Chavon in the middle of the action there. Zayes is just looking for that one shot to finish this fight. Nice left uppercut for Zayes. Oh, nice right from Mastronuncio.
Still throwing. Let him out, let him out, let him out.
Unfortunately, he's catching more than he's throwing so far.
Yes, he is. Stop the holding. Don't hold him. He's catching a lot more than what he's throwing.
A nice right uppercut, overhand right from Zayes. It's target practice here against Mastronuncio in the first round. You see the patience and poise.
Listen, somebody better step in and save this man.
He's taking flush shots.
Oh my
Ref's got to really watch him. He's taking flush shots.
Legs are not there, and Zayes is making sure that he's going to continue clipping him, and that's the end of the fight. Another first-round knockout for Zander Zayes here at Madison Square Garden. This is how it ended, Dre.
Just beautiful poise, even with aggression. You mentioned it, Bernardo, how he's pressing forward, landing all the right shots. He's not just throwing like you see some prospects throw, right? He's landing shots. That was a place shot. He said, okay, let me try it again. Let me go around this time because he kind of blocked the other one. And he did enough to get the referee to step in to stop the fight. But before then, he landed uppercut, left hook, flush shots. The ref could have probably stopped it a little sooner.
At 2 minutes, 52 seconds of round number 1 for your winner by technical knockout, Zander Zayes.
2 minutes and 52 seconds. Zander Zayes with the impressive victory.
Zayes logró ganar por nocaut técnico en el primer asalto una vez más, y esto vino después de que derribara a Mastronuncio, apenas 11 segundos de iniciado el combate. Carpence, y antes de eso, el 23 de octubre de 2021, en el State Farm Arena de Atlanta, Georgia, Dan Carpence subió al ring para retar a Zander. Fue promocionado como un oponente que nunca había sido detenido, y muchos se preguntaban si que Zander tenía lo necesario para noquear a Carpence por primera vez. Antes de que se llevara a cabo la pelea, esta fue recortada de 8 a 6 asaltos, pero que Zander no los iba a necesitar. Zayes dominó el combate y ganó por nocaut técnico en el cuarto asalto, después de que la esquina de Carpence detuviera la pelea. Espadas. El 13 de agosto de 2022, en el Resorts World de Las Vegas, Zander Zayes peleó contra Elías Espadas por el título vacante peso super welter de la NABO de la OMB. Esta fue la primera vez que Zayes estaba programado para un combate a 10 asaltos, pero no era la pelea que originalmente había querido. Originalmente, Zayes estaba programado para pelear en la víspera del desfile nacional puertorriqueño en junio de 2022, en el Madison Square Garden, lo cual era un sueño suyo, pero se vio obligado a retirarse.
Him crying, talking to his fans, apologizing to his fans, but this comes with the sport, man. It's a learning experience for him, and I'm sure.
And I want to see how Zander Zayes responds.
Espadas, a 10-year pro.
Without cabeza.
Oh! Look at Zander Zayes! First round knockdown!
Check out this nasty slot change by Zander right there. Opponent would throw his last in your head. You see the right hand right there? Mixed from his opposition, Espada. But then the left hook comes right down the middle, turned it right over.
Healthy, freshened, ready, and let's see if he can put on an early show. Zayes calmly stalking his prey now against the veteran Mexican fighter. 22 wins deep into the career of the 31-year-old who gets floored. Goes to the body after throwing the uppercut to Zander.
Those body shots hurt.
Goes to the body again after that 4-punch combination.
Zander setting up that left hook up top. He's bringing that right hand. Look at the right hand, the backhand coming down.
There it is, left hook, straight right.
Zander rushing his offense a little bit. Got caught in the spot right there. Needs to take his time. He's looking for the knockout. He needs to let the fight develop.
1-2 with the right hand that hit. There it goes again.
A little left hook.
Oh. That's
The
one thing.
50-50 exchanges that Zander Zayes is clearly getting the better of, but he's also in range to be hit.
No doubt about it. Got to watch out for that right hand of Espadas. We're going to take a short break, come back, show you that replay of the knockdown scored by the 19-year-old sensation, Zander Zayes. Zander Zayes, who will turn 20 next month, signed a promotional contract with Top Rank when he was only 16 years old.
He's been in 50-50 exchanges the whole first round, got the better of it, but Espada has just missed a few good shots himself.
18 power punches landed in that first round for Zander. Espadas also lives in South Florida, native of Mexico. That's when he first started fighting as a pro with that unique look. Goes to the body again. Already received a few warnings from Russell Mora in round 1.
The thing that I like about Zayes is he's an aggressive counterpuncher. You know, he'll fight off the jab, but he throws combinations. He's very active. He throws about 70 punches around. That's well above the average at this weight class.
Ooh. Gonna time that right hand and then finish with the left hook. Sweeps with it again.
Those 50-50 exchanges are dangerous. But Zander feels he can take it. And he's also getting his head off the line when he shoots that right hand. So he's not getting that return fire. There it is again. It's great technique by Zander Zayes.
Goes in that range with the jab.
Espada trying to take the jab away from Zander. He's looking for that right hand. He landed it twice right there.
He did. Short right hand on the inside. Trying to time these exchanges as well. Boy, entertaining stuff early on here, isn't it? End of two. Don't go anywhere. Of course, the power punching is what has opened our eyes early on in the career of Zayes. He lands over 50% of his power punches. Tonight he's hovering right around 44% early on.
And Joe, he feels like he wants to sit there and trade because he's growing, he's getting bigger, and he feels strong. And when you're young and you feel strong, sometimes you want to do what Zayes is doing, stand there and fight.
Bernardo, what are they saying in the corner of Espadas?
They're saying he needs to be cautious, but he needs to double up on the jab, throw combinations, and land his right.
We're going for Vasily Lomachenko, and they conquered that. There's a combination again, left hook, right hand from Zayes. And a good stiff jab from Zander. Another two-punch combination that lands flush.
Espada always catches Zayes either coming in or going out irresponsibly.
Espada right now getting teed off on. Every time he has a low in his offense, he's getting clipped. Mean 1-2 right there down the middle.
And then every now and again sneak attack him, get into a 50-50 exchange, and then rinse and repeat. But if he continues to fight Zayes the way that he did he won't see the distance.
Elias Espadas, knockdown was scored in round number 1. Zander, when he was 6 years old, had his first amateur fight. It was right next to the gym owned by Tito Trinidad, the great legendary Tito Trinidad, who came to see him fight. In fact, he beat one of Tito's gym fighters. And Tito had his day, and Cotto had his day, and then everybody was saying, who's the next great Puerto Rican star, right? It was Felix Verdejo was thought to be that guy, the Olympian, and then in recent years, the big first-round knockout streak of Edgar Berlanga. But it's becoming apparent to many that Zander has the best chance to be the man.
Tess, he's an exciting fighter. You see the volume. He's a technician, aggressive counterpuncher. He's very entertaining as a young man, you know, and he's strong, and he's...
Left hook can do that.
Joe spoke to Javier Centeno. He says it's all right if he can't go to the body. He's going to continue to find his range. He's got a left hook from the outside. He's looking sharp, but he just cannot sit there and exchange with them.
But they were most recently in Australia because he's also the trainer for George Kambosos. So the connectivity to Teofimo Lopez. And now you see him returning passionately and aggressively right from the start here tonight in Vegas.
Want to see Zayes pick up that jab. He's had good success in these exchanges. He's gotten caught a few times. But in the dead periods, when his spot is moving away, he needs to be using that jab. You can still beat your opponent up from long range while you're out of range. And that'll help you get in range to get the big shots that you want to get. He's got to pick the left hand up.
Scheduled for 8, coming to the halfway mark of our co-feature, and then it is the return of Teofimo. You think about those stages of development for a young prospect like Zander Zayes, and you can take some leaps forward, obviously, when you're dealing with this level of talent and athleticism and skill. Oh! And that proves it. And that's over. and let the celebration begin for now the 10th knockout for Zander with an X, and X just marked the spot.
Look at this setup right here. Zander Zayes. Beautiful setup. Off the jab, hook, then right hand, looping right hand. Boom. Ran right into it. Espada was trying to exit. Kept that lead hand down as he was trying to get away. Right hand, right on the chin. Sending Espada to the canvas. Beautiful shot right there on the chin, right on the money from Zander Zayes.
You know, Zayes led and he countered in this sequence right here. And you see him go to the left with the jab. And Espada thought he was out of trouble, but he didn't know that a looping right hand from Zander Zayes is on the way. Was going to hit him right on the button, put him on the seat of his pants, and boom, just like that. That happened in a split second, but it was all set up by a two-punch combination.
Una vez más, Zayes logró ganar por nocaut técnico en el quinto asalto, después de derribar a espadas y que el árbitro detuviera la pelea. Valenzuela Jr., el 15 de septiembre de 2023, en el American Bank Center de Corpus Christi, Texas, Zander subió al ring con Roberto Valenzuela Jr. La pelea fue promocionada como un combate de rivalidad entre Puerto Rico y México, y Zayes era plenamente consciente de la guerra.
From Agua Prieta, Sonora, México, Roberto El Viejo Valenzuela Jr. From San Juan, Puerto Rico, Zander Zayes. Gentlemen, as we discussed earlier, punches right here on the belt are not considered low. You had your instructions in the dressing room. You both know what I expect. A clean championship fight. Just obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Good luck.
Referee Mark Nelson cleared the air. He said, this is what I'm going to consider a low blow. This is the belt line for Zander Zayes against Roberto Valenzuela. And Zander said, look, I have an opponent in front of me who comes forward. I'm getting better, and I need wins like this to get me to the highest level.
And he also has an opponent that he's facing that had 2 months prepared for him.
Yes.
This isn't a short notice fight. This is a dangerous fight for the young Zander Zayes.
And Valenzuela told us, look, I've been in against real fighters, but these are the fights that make me better. And when I have a guy who pushes me to be better, he comes in with a mindset to win. I can catch him with a left hook and send him down.
So this is the clear 8-10 round for Zander Zayes.
Oh, that's a slip and then a right hook. And down goes Valenzuela Jr. again. And then the right hand landed when Valenzuela was in a vulnerable position.
Oh, he hurt him again with the jab.
That time, though, Zander Zayes lands clean. And it's from the nose, I think, and it rubs up on the glove.
Right.
Nice right hand there from Valenzuela. That's what you said we had to watch out for tonight.
The right hand of Valenzuela is dangerous. He's flattened a lot of guys. 21 of his opponents with that right hand.
Well, 20 of 21, but
yes,
he wants to make it 21 tonight. And Zayes very attentive. The eyes tell the story, as you mentioned early on in this fight, Tim. The irony is Valenzuela Jr. told us, look, my last opponent, Murtazaliev, was bigger and stronger than Zander, and I was able to take his shots well.
But if he sits on the outside and he tries to box, he's not going to win this fight.
Luis Alberto Lopez, the IBF champion, making the second defense.
And there's still a lot of fight left, but they wanted to see good defense. They wanted him to slow down the pace a bit. They want him to be able to pick his shots, be a complete professional. And that's what you're seeing tonight from Zander.
Short left hook there from Zander Zayes, Tim. And it's target practice at this time. And you know what it's like to see a man bleeding and how you want to go after him.
As he did there. Now Valenzuela, he has to do what he needs to do to try to get close and make this fight rough and tough for Zander Zayes.
in fighters. And you see Valenzuela pawing at that cut, and the blood on his gloves is now transferring to the face of Zander Zayes.
Even punches on top of the head are hard to stop bleeding.
Wouldn't be Mexican Independence Day weekend without a bloody crimson mask inside the ring. And tonight,
is his nose broken? Because you see there's so much blood there. He goes, I think it probably is.
well, what we do know for sure, whether it's broken or not, there's a huge gash on the bridge of his nose that's not going to stop bleeding, especially if Zayes keeps targeting it with that jab. Valenzuela Jr. can get stopped at any time, and he gets clipped, and he uses the ropes to stay up here in the fourth round, and Zayes is going to work. Left hook from Zander Zayes. Another left hook, doubles up the Zander Zayes. Now he goes downstairs. Valenzuela says, come on, and we will.
This fight's going to be stopped here shortly.
I agree with that. Nice left uppercut. The jab, there it is. It's going to be over.
That's it.
I mean, Valenzuela Jr., like a true warrior, wants to continue, but referee Mark Nelson says this fight is over.
For your winner by technical knockout, and still the NABO, NABF Junior Middleweight Champion, Zander Zayes.
Hubo drama durante el primer asalto, cuando se le acreditó a Zayes una segunda caída, y Valenzuela se quejó alegando que solo había tropezado. Al final, no importó, ya que Zayes ganó por nocaut técnico en el quinto asalto, debido a una detención por el severo corte en la nariz de Valenzuela. Fortea, el 9 de diciembre de 2023, en el Charles F. Dodge City Center de Pembroke Pines, Florida, Zander subió al ring con Jorge Fortea. Fortea solo había sido detenido una vez en 27 peleas profesionales, y esta era la oportunidad de Zayes para demostrar que podía lidiar con los mejores.
Tess, and he's coming into this battle.
It happened back at the end of April, back home in Madrid, Spain. This is now for Jorge his second fight in the U.S. Last fought in the U.S. in Vegas in 2019, and he lost a 12-round decision.
That jab, that's a power jab. That's what you
There's a clash of heads on the inside as both men came forward with right hands.
But right now, what he's trying to do, he's trying to counterpunch the young man. He's waiting on a mistake. He's looking for a mistake from Zander.
Body shot, finish that combination, and it scores a knockdown. Oh, a well-placed body shot by Zander.
Zander Zayes was able to place this body shot. You see Fortea right there unleashing the combination, and you see the small little seam in there. You see being able to punch in between. You have to be calm. You have to be patient to be able to see that opportunity, to be able to land a shot like that right in the solar plex.
See the total punches in the first round, a 14-3 connect advantage. 8 power punches, including that knockdown scored with the left to the body.
Young man's looking spectacular right now.
In front of his home fans, a right hand clipped him that time, just trains and lives. Backs him up in his corner, goes back with the left hand, partially blocked by that right elbow of Fortea. Sweeps around with an overhand right.
See, Fortea can't match the output right now for the young gun, but what he's trying to do, he's trying to depend on timing. Fortea is physically strong.
Oh, good right hand. Right hand comes in from Zander. The double jab, but then Zayes is right on top of him again. And now he comes into that pocket and he digs with the left hand to the body again. 8-8 connect advantage, having scored the knockdown in round number 1 against Fortea. Short right hand as he created just a little separation. There was not the break from Sam Burgos.
Yes, he did, Tess.
Trying to work behind the jab with a sweeping right hand that's off the mark. 3-punch combination. Sold out crowd chanting Puerto Rico for Zander here, and then Robesi Ramirez in our title fight.
Good combinations right there.
That right hand got in around the corner. He's being outgunned to this point as we come to the end of 3. Heisman night, great tradition following the WBC Junior Welterweight title fight that's taking place elsewhere on another network. Regis Prograis and Devin Haney. Devin Haney, the recent undisputed lightweight champion.
Tess Forte has taken a lot of damage. There's a lot of swelling around his eyes. That inchwell does wonders.
Forte was trying to roll with it. Another body punch comes in. Left uppercut splits the guard from Zayes.
When you see a head trainer be a cut man also, it's cutting corners, but it's saving the fighter money. You don't have to worry about the 2%.
Yeah, but you got to win a fight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Choose your poison, Tess. Choose your poison.
Another combination on the live money line for Zander Zayes. Told us yesterday, he said, it's time to put on a show, Timmy. He said, I'm ready.
He has to get aggressive. He has to make a choice.
Let the hands go.
He has to let his hands go. Anytime he let his hands go, they will find their way home. It's not like Zander is running. He's not moving anywhere.
There's your second knockdown of the night.
I missed it. I looked at you, Tess. Is that the body shot?
It was a body shot, Timmy, and it was devastating.
There it is.
This fight is over. 2 for 2, going to the body and seal it for Zander Zayes in front of his home fans.
I missed it. Now I'm looking at it now. Nice jab right there. You see him set it up. Beautiful shot right there. Double left hook. He went to the head. He opened the door. Here it is. Head. Snuck it right behind the guard. Beautiful shot right there.
Zayes ganó por nocaut técnico en el quinto asalto después de derribarlo en el primer asalto y continuar su ataque implacable al cuerpo de Fortea. Teixeira, el 8 de junio de 2024, en el theater del Madison Square Garden de la ciudad de Nueva York, Zander decidió enfrentarse a Patrick Teixeira. Esta fue la primera pelea estelar de Zayes en su carrera y se celebró en la víspera del desfile puertorriqueño, su evento soñado. La pelea originalmente estaba pactada para febrero de 2024, pero fue pospuesta, lo que añadió anticipación, ya que se convirtió en la primera oportunidad de Zayes como atracción principal. Esta también era la primera oportunidad de Zayes de pelear contra un oponente zurdo, y los analistas no estaban seguros de si podría adaptarse para manejar a un rival que además era un ex campeón mundial.
Here is the Brazilian Patrick Teixeira at 33 years old.
Gave you the instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times.
It has been a steady ascent. Now 18-0 is Zander Zayes. And Tim, those 18 opponents he has faced, they have occupied 71 professional rounds of Zayes' time. Not a single one has outlanded him in connected punches in Zayes' career. 71 rounds as a pro.
Dominate that position on the outside. Will more than likely be able to land a power shot, Steph.
Zayes firing off that right hand on the inside moments ago, getting the crowd's attention. Of course, you understand on this night with this crowd here in New York, anything he does offensively is going to get a big reaction.
I want to see how he deals with southpaws, one, and deal with the pressures that be. This is a big night for him. 21 years old, Tess. He's been waiting on his entire career. You know, the pressure can either make you or break you, Tess. We're going to see how he's going to deal with this pressure tonight.
Last time out, he came out and scored a knockdown in the first round of his last fight against Fortea back on December 9th. Here, a more managed approach against Teixeira. There's that right hand as Teixeira was posting with his southpaw jab.
Yeah, and Zander kind of lunged with that right hand. It was a bit off balance, but recovered very well.
That's
Finish that three-punch combination with that left hook to the body.
Left hook to the body.
So he scores getting underneath the elbow, and now gives a level change with the right hand going to the body as well.
Again, foot placement, extremely important.
Para la campana.
End of one.
From the young Zander Zayes.
And they'll get that real estate on the inside here early on in round number 2. There's a right hand. Oh, the young guy's finding his rhythm.
Yeah, but he still got to be careful. Still got to be careful. He's finding his rhythm. He's finding his mark. Yeah. Teixeira, he can punch now. And Zander got to be careful not to get hit with a shot that he doesn't see coming.
Teixeira trying to pick up the pace a little bit, return some fire just so he has something to respect.
Yep.
Short right hand from Zander, and then he goes to the body, places that left hand there again.
Teixeira just standing in front right now. He's covering up. He's battling, Tess. He's trying to do as much as he possibly can right now to fend off the younger, faster, quicker Zander Zayes. But he just seems to be a bit outgunned tonight. Orthodox fighters angles, but Orthodox fighters are not used to the southpaw angles. That's the advantage that southpaw sometimes have.
Good combination from Zander.
Good shot right there from Teixeira.
He went to the body himself.
He dug downstairs too. Been between time training camps. Tess, he should be physically strong tonight.
And Zayes stepping on the gas for a moment. Doubling up the left hand on the inside was Teixeira. Zayes comes back with the right hand.
Para la campana.
There's that left hook.
Right hand to the body, right on the belt line. Smothers him with an uppercut. Remember the big uppercut that he landed in round number 1.
A little bit too early. And you're able to capitalize on those mistakes. But you see how Teixeira, he's keeping that lead hand. He's keeping it glued down to his body. And the looping shot. But
that does come with some risk, though.
But what I'm saying is,
end of 4.
It just seems like he's somewhat of a shell of himself.
There's no doubt about that. On 5th Avenue today. I don't know if you saw the way he walked in with his new duds. Here we are, round number 5. Zander Zayes in complete control. The 21-year-old undefeated fighter. Mark Kriegel, how do you see it?
Really doesn't take much to score this a shutout. Not a tough fight to score. I think it's worth bearing in mind that this is the same Patrick Teixeira, or was the same Patrick Teixeira, who beat Carlos Adames. It's also Zander Zayes' first professional test against the southpaw. And it's not just about Teixeira being old. He's making him look old. He's making his punches look wide. He's making his punches look slow. He said he would be disappointed if he doesn't take him out in 6. And right now, I have to agree with him.
The activity has picked up from Zander Zayes, letting his hands go. Teixeira's doing everything he can to evade and get away. Some of those shots are getting in, especially down to the body from Zander Zayes. And Zander seems to be off balance. You know, I've seen a lot of positions where Zander is vulnerable. You know, letting his hands go, getting a little bit too excited. He needs to take his time, set up his attacks. It seems to me he's rushing things at times. See, look, he's playing the game right now. Moving his body, upper body, slipping, sliding. Just buying time.
Yep.
Trying to confuse the young man.
And that's how he approached this entire round. Oh, good right hand that splits the guard.
Good body shot.
A little more pop on these punches from Zayes.
A lot more pop on shots from Zayes. But just well placed again. He's punching where he believes Teixeira is trying to go. So he's cutting off that angle right there by going down to the body with the left hook. And then he's bringing him right back into his right hand. Nice short shot on there from Teixeira. Just letting his hands go. There's not a whole lot of pop on the shots of Teixeira. Man, it has a lot to do with the weight being lost. Definitely taking a lot out of him, Tess.
The right hand sends him back. Teixeira tries to fight his way off the ropes. Back to that southpaw jab.
Zander's going to have to force that. He's going to have to get busy with his activity, and he's got to get more consistent with his work if he wants to stop Teixeira. But as long as this fight is fought at this pace, he's not going to get the stoppage test.
And when we met with him yesterday,
reaching right there with the right hand. See, this can be a really good thing because if you look at the landscape in this division, you got southpaws. Plenty of southpaws in this division.
Older, just 21, still growing into it. I mean, we could be seeing a middleweight sooner or later.
Yes. But right now, just judging by what I'm seeing right now, minor difficulty being able to land on the southpaw. Good left hook right there. Although Zander Zayes is winning this fight handily, again, it's about how you do it, Tess, how you look. That's important, especially under these bright lights with the circumstances that's surrounding us right now.
Nice right uppercut that comes in. Then he goes to the body and the follow up. A headshot as well. Works behind the jab. A right hand up top. Zander has him in trouble here. He's on the attack. Headshot after headshot. Now stalking his prey. Teixeira tries to tie up, but he can't.
Must have heard me, Tess.
Zayes goes to the body again. A little bit of blood coming from the nose of Teixeira.
You off, and I buy myself some time because no one likes to get down there in the kitchen, man. No one.
Good punch combination from Zayes.
Good shot.
A lot of punches early on in this round, and now
this might be the beginning of the end right here, Tess.
Tries to press it again in the final 10 seconds.
Expectations. Folks at home, fans, people, we all have expectations. And we're looking for the next Puerto Rican star. Is Zander Zayes that guy? That's the question that everyone has in their minds. Is he showing that tonight? Ask yourself that. And look, I understand he's 21 years old. Cotto won a world championship when he was 24. He was 24 years old. So he does have time. Oh, Teixeira going in survival mode right now. Trying to get away. Good right hand right there from Zander.
Teixeira plays it off.
Para la campana.
Is circling to the outside. If you cut him off like that and land punches, the referee's going to stop this fight. Let's see if he gets a stoppage here. Good combination, headshots there. Zander digging in, tried to land the uppercut. Teixeira tried to sneak one in on his own. Offensive output from the 21-year-old here. 10th and final round.
Now that's what people want to see.
That version.
Exactly. That's what we want to see. Love the intensity. I love the intent from Zander. I love the fact that he's trying to at least attempt to go for the knockout. Trying to finish this fight strong. Shows he has good lungs. He knows now that I can go 10 rounds. No problem. The next time around, he knows that, hey, I can expend a little bit more energy here. Still got to be able to manage your energy throughout the course of 10 rounds. He's 21 years old, his first 10-rounder. Good right hand.
Long range right hand landing.
And Teixeira's just savvy. I mean, again, using his experience right now. And then, nice little, he caught him with that nice little 1-2 from the southpaw position.
They were able to tie that up. Final half minute. This looks like it's going to be the first time that Zander Zayes has gone a full 10 rounds of experience against a former belt holder. Dominated from start to finish. Got a bloody left side of the face of Teixeira. You got dominating CompuBox stats.
And still NABF, NABO junior middleweight champ, Zander Zayes.
Zander Zayes now 19-0.
Zayes logró llevarse la victoria, pero esta vez ganó por decisión unánime, ya que la pelea llegó hasta el final. Spomer, el 14 de febrero de 2025, en el theater del Madison Square Garden de Nueva York, Zander retó a Spomer. Ambos peleadores llegaron invictos al combate, con Zayes ostentando 20 victorias y Spomer 19. Este era un eliminatorio de alto riesgo para determinar quién pasaría al puesto de retador número 1 con miras a una oportunidad por el título mundial. Spomer tenía al legendario boxeador Roy Jones Jr. en su esquina y se creía que esta mentoría le daría la ventaja técnica de cara al combate.
Junior middleweight champion from San Juan, Puerto Rico, Zander Zayes.
Good evening, Slava. Good evening, Zander. Gentlemen, you both know the rules. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves now. Come on, fighting at the bell.
Slava Spomer, who lives in Germany, is trained by Roy Jones Jr. It is their first fight together. They've been together in recent weeks. Roy says, I don't waste my time with just anybody. I put him through tough sparring. He can handle anything. We had a great visit with one of the all-time greats, guy obviously we've known for many, many years. And it's just so interesting to think that Slava landed in his lap in a situation like this.
Yeah, certain situations sometimes happen. Slava, it's always been his dream. He told us that he was a huge fan of Roy Jones, and he says now he's my trainer. However, what Roy said he liked about him was his toughness, his grit. That's what he liked about him, his determination. Tess, you can't teach that.
Nope.
You can't teach that. It's in you. Right now, Spomer getting off to a quick start. You see how composed Zander Zayes is. He's comfortable inside the trenches. He's okay with fire with fire. He's okay with standing his ground at mid-range and inside. And there's blood already from the nose of Spomer.
He just came over the top with that left hand. There was also a long-range right hand. So some early blood, and you can see the blood coming right from the nose of Slava.
Yeah, nice head movement right there, changing slots, changing levels as well from Zander Zayes. Nice feint right there as well. Just breaking up his rhythm, not staying the same. Nice hook on the inside by him as well. Spalmer right now, he's just having problems with just the activity of Zander. Nice uppercut on the inside. Yeah, that's a part of the game plan. That's when you know early on when you're able to, you see a fighter start to land punches. It's part of the game plan. It's punches that he's been working on. That uppercut, as Spalmer tends to lean over that front knee, is what Zander is looking for.
The left hook went across the belt line, and he gets the warning from Charlie Fitch, the referee. Good start by Zander Zayes.
All control the good, and with that good jab and counter punching. Oh. Nice bump right there from Zander. Something he added to his arsenal.
There's a right hand from Zander. And tried to dig underneath with that left uppercut. This is a fine looking first round.
Zander getting off to a quick start.
He is.
But that's what I like about Zander. That's what makes him different. You know, in his division is his high work rate. High energy type of fighter. And he's defensively sound at the same time now. Perfectly thrown by him is he's left-handed. He's fighting orthodox, but he's left-handed, naturally left-handed.
And when you get that, when somebody's naturally left-handed, but they fight in that orthodox stand, man, that left hook, that jab, it becomes a real weapon. He landed 7 power punches in that first round. That left hand over the top, the best of them. But Javier Centeno, his trainer, who he's been with throughout his career, said, do not abandon the jab. By the way, he outlanded him 20-6 in that first round. So that means that Zander Zayes, who's never been outlanded by an opponent in terms of total punches, now through 92 professional rounds, an opponent has never outlanded Zander Zayes.
Wow. Yeah, that high work rate is going to win him a lot of fights. You know, when you have a high work rate like that, it puts fighters on the defensive.
Little access to let you hear from the legend Roy Jones Jr. as he's the trainer for the first fights together with Slava Spalmer.
Yeah, it's obvious that Spalmer has to close the distance. As long as he standing mid-range to outside, the quicker, the longer arms of Zayes is going to give him issues, going to give him problems. And even right there, that shows you how the looseness of Zander Zayes. As Spalmer, he gets in the range he wants to get to, but he's throwing punches at the air. Zander is nowhere to be found. Defense is taking Spalmer completely out of the fight. Completely.
See both the footwork and the upper body movement from Zayes there. Spalmer came forward. Coming to the end of 2, our co-feature prior to the world title fight. That distinct ceiling at the theater at Madison Square Garden, round number 3 of our co-feature. 2 undefeated fighters meeting up. All the promise and hype surrounding Zander Zayes. Spalmer is generated.
Yeah, most people they think about punching power, but I think about the complete package. And that's the reason why I hold Shakur Stevenson high. Because defense, when you can't hit your opposition, I mean, haven't we learned Floyd Mayweather, one of the best defensive fighters of all time? He takes you completely out of the fight. And that's what you're seeing right now from Zander Zayes. But the thing that I like about Zander is that he's there actually to land his offense as well. He ain't running. He's not going anywhere. He's rolling and slipping underneath shots, landing counters.
And he's landing 34% of his
Look
punches.
at that. Nice uppercut on the inside. He's not running away from.
Good combination. He finished up with the right hand at the end of it.
Again, excellent in transition. He might not have that one-punch knockout power test. However, at least you get in the show. You get the show with Zander Zayes. And again, he's only 22 years old. Oh, he got hit with a big shot right there. Looping right hand.
Right hand comes in from Slava Spomer.
Yeah, Spomer said that he gets it with right hands. He said that's the money punch for him. And he landed one just 10 seconds ago. Good body work by Spomer as well. Look, it's so obvious to see who's the more skillful fighter. That's Zander Zayes. You can see the toughness of Spomer. That's what usually has won him his fights, letting his hands go and just having just brute toughness to come forward and take whatever his opposition is giving him. But tonight, he has a slippery problem inside that ring with the defensive prowess of Zander Zayes. Good shots right there, Spomer. Ooh.
Zander Zayes against Slava Spomer, and you see the power punches and the body shot work of Zayes with a 20-2 advantage. He says this is the breakthrough fight for me.
Good
right hand from Zander.
Yeah, Spomer landed his own right hand as well. He landed one earlier during this round. Definitely it's a technical prowess and the skills of Zander, which is the difference. And Zander just seems like he's just much bigger. A lot bigger than Spomer.
Well, he always has that muscularity and that width across the shoulders and through the back. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up in his career as he advances himself and gets his full man strength to him. This 154 pounds. Now he's finding a rhythm offensively.
And he's punching in between shots, Tess, which is hard to do.
There's
That's
a
next
willingness.
level.
Targeting the body, level changes, and he's having a really good finish to this fourth round down the stretch.
Really punishing Spomer right now.
He really is.
I don't know how much more Spomer's gonna be able to take these shots like this. If he continues, referee, I'm sure, is gonna look to stop this match.
Remember how much this means to Zander Zayes. He says at this stage of his career, closing in on big goals.
Oh! He got that.
You never know what's gonna happen. Just when Zander was having his best work, had the confidence, just let the hands go, nothing's coming back at me. He threw 99 punches in the fourth round. He landed 41, 29 of them. Great job by Charlie Fish in real time to look up to the big screen here at Madison Square Garden where we're showing our program feed and say, hey, can you show it again? And then to turn to the commission who gave him the answer he wanted to as well.
45, 5 rounds to nothing. Zander Zayes. Spomer is a good game fighter, just not as good or as big as Zander, who can do so much with that left hand.
Yeah, just to follow up the conversation about the low blows, by the way, Roy Jones Jr. did say to his charge, if he goes low again, you go right back out.
Eye for an eye. Eye for an eye. You don't know how much
change. This guy had 400 amateur fights. One of the most skilled fighters, of the generation. But there's a reason why you gain experience as a pro, right?
Again, pulling the head down.
Yes.
He doesn't realize he's causing it.
And Charlie Fitch, the referee, told him that a round ago.
And I like how dominant that Charlie Fitch is being with his calls, because he's saying, stop playing. Stop playing with me. No, it didn't happen. And you see the fight is continuing. Now, if Charlie would have stepped in and said, oh, let me give you a break. As of right now, Zander even coming close to losing this fight if he just gets caught slipping. And it's going to be with a right hand.
Zayes in complete control.
A technician. This young man always delivers, and he delivers in different fashions each time out.
Cleveland, Ohio. He's got nothing but time ahead of him, but yet you see his athleticism, you see his skill. You're like, I think you could put him in with like legit contenders right now, but obviously it doesn't need to be rushed. Javier Centeno, the trainer for Zander Zayes, told him Let's push tempo a little bit, but at range, but let's push the tempo a little bit here as we've arrived at round 8.
However, again, even with this performance, it's nothing that's really glaring at me and saying, wow, wow, wow.
When you self-assess, you feel like you had nothing that made people say, wow?
I mean, it was my determination. That was what it was.
That was A+++.
Yes, but I had speed like this.
Yes.
Put combinations together. You know, I wasn't a born fighter. I came forward just like Zander.
I sit next to you and I stare at a Hall of Fame ring and a diamond Rolex after 3 fights with Manny Pacquiao. And you're telling me that, okay.
The most. Because he's able to put his defense and offense together. It's hard to fight a guy when you have to open him up. When you have to force him to fight you. My man Zander, look, he can do it off the jab. He can create as he goes, but this is where he soars when guys that will let their hands go.
Right. And the target becomes available.
Yes.
And boy, has it been available.
And that hurt him. That's the shot right there. If Zander wants to end this fight, it's going to be from a body shot, a liver shot.
He's landed 72 of them in this fight so far. Of course, there have also been 2 low blows. He is really on the attack here effectively.
The end is near. You see Spalmer protecting that body. And again, with that offense, it's going to be tough to beat him. It really is. You're going to have to knock out Zander Zayes in order to beat him. Going down to the body. That's the key. Go downstairs. And he just might get the stoppage stuff.
Oh! He went downstairs there. Body shot clearly affected Slava. And now a lot of time to work with for Zander Zayes. Swept across that body with the left hand, and now Zayes is looking to close the show. Another body shot comes in. That is it. TKO victory, Zander Zayes.
This is the end of the fight right here. He's just pouring it on. Looking to open up a shot to be able to land something right there to the liver once again.
Of round number 9. For your winner by technical knockout, and still the NABF and NABO Junior Middleweight Champion, Zander Zayes.
He landed 86 body punches.
Al final, el árbitro detuvo la pelea en el 9º asalto al considerar que Spalmer se había doblado hasta el suelo, pero Spalmer protestó alegando que nunca había caído. Comenten quién creen que ganaría entre Zander Zayes y Naoya Inoue. Y no olviden dar like y suscribirse para más contenido. ¡Hasta luego!